Alright guys, today we are going to be talking about booster boxes. That's right, Pokemon booster boxes and your Pokemon investment here in 2022. Are there some good booster box buys? Are there some booster boxes that you should be looking at? Well, today I will give you 3 booster boxes that you should probably be looking at and 2 that I would stay away from, and also throw in some honorable mentions just for fun as a quick discussion inside of this. So guys, if you're new here, hit that subscribe, hit that notify, and as always, hit that like button. We can get 85 likes in this video. It's greatly appreciated, helps out a ton, and of course, it's free for you. Also, as I'm going to put next to me on the screen, if 57% of you are not hitting that subscribe button when watching our videos, so if you could, please hit that subscribe. It helps out a ton. Of course, it moves us right along. We're getting closer to 2,000, which is just kind of a small goal. We'll be doing something bigger when we get to 2,500. That's been my next milestone goal that I have for the channel, is when we get to that point, maybe open a couple booster boxes, have some fun, do a little giveaway on that end of things. But we'll do that as we get a little bit closer, or bring announcements into that as we get closer to 2,500. Guys, greatly appreciated, helping us out, really keeping us moving along. So let's go into the main event. What does everybody want to see today? Well, today we are going to go over some booster boxes that you should probably be looking at, and also ones that I just would not buy. And today we're going to start off with the first one, which is going to be this one. That's right, my first buy on the list is going to be the Sword and Shield base set. Now this one is a little pricey. It's probably going to be the most expensive one on my list, but there's a reason behind my thought process on this one. And the fact is that Sword and Shield is probably never going to be reprinted again. We are going to the point where we're moving into Scarlet and Violet. Sword and Shield base set is probably completely off the docket. We're just not going to see it any longer. Makes sense. They're not going to focus on something that's that old when the meta for Pokemon is being removed, and we're moving into the new series when it comes down to the V-Stars. It happened in Brilliant Stars, and also moving into Scarlet and Violet with the new meta for Pokemon at that point in time. Is this a good time to buy? I think so, because is this set going to drop? Is the pricing on this booster box really going to go down like an anvil when it dropped off a building, or is it going to continue to move in the upward direction? Well, my feelings is, and what I've been seeing in the last 6 months is that yes, it will continue to move in that upward direction. We've seen it do a little bit of a dip in April, and since then it has completely recovered right back to where it was from that ETB reprint, and then also all them sleeve blisters that came out in a lot of stores. There was a lot of little reprint production on that set, and after that now we've kind of just seen it taper away and the price continue to move in the upward direction. Now, keep in mind that I do believe that this set will plateau. Any modern set hits a point on where people no longer want to pay the money for that modern set until it gets older. So what I'm going to predict here is that I would think that we would see a plateau somewhere around that 280, 275, possibly the 300 range. I'd be really impressed if it makes it to 300, but it could do that depending on how many people are chasing that gold Zamazenta and Zacian. We also have that Snorlax card in there that's very popular. So there's some really good opportunities still in that set. But overall, I think that it's going to hit a point where it plateaus here in the next year. But if you buy it now and purchase it, you'll still see a $50 to $75 increase on the price. Great opportunity to get it in your collection. Great opportunity to hold it for a full Sword and Shield, Sword and Shield collection, and be able to sell that in the future. Or if you need an out on it, great opportunity in possibly 6 months to a year to have an easy out on that set to really get out of it if you need to take that money and put it into the next item or something personal. There's always that opportunities inside of this. But overall, at this point, I think it's good for the long haul, even if you're going to hold it for 10, 15 years. Great opportunity to get into this set now. It's only going to continue to move up at this point, and then it's going to plateau somewhere. But from 235 to 230, now would be the time that you would want to be purchasing this product before it continues to do that. Next item that we have coming up here is going to be this one. That's right, this is the Brilliant Stars booster box. Now, I know a lot of people are going, why wouldn't you buy Brilliant Stars? It's so popular. You've got that alternate art Charizard. You've got that Rainbow Charizard V-Star. You have got all this trainer gallery inside of there that people are just talking about, loving, wanting to open more and more of it because of that. And I understand those prospects. But if you're looking at an investment opportunity and you're looking at a new Pokemon TCG set, we're only about 7-8 months into this set right now. That means we have the knowing we're going to have reprints. That's right. Reprint is always the key thing you have to remember as long as it's still in meta, that we will be seeing more reprints of this. And as Pokemon meta has shown us, we will see it probably fairly soon. Brilliant Stars has not had a reprint since the original release date. We had the release, and then they had that small second wave afterwards. And since then, we've been kind of running on that same product, and we've seen nothing but upward movement on that set. Now, what does that mean when we get a reprint? We're going to see a retraction, guys. And if you're looking at this set, then definitely be watching it. I like the set. I think there's some great potential in this one. But I think that if we get even a moderate reprint on this set, we'll see this go all the way down to 120, 130 pretty easily on that point. And I think that that's a good price point to purchase that. Even it might go lower depending on the size. If we see a large reprint, we could see booster boxes go to 100. Do I think that that's very likely? Not very likely on this set, but I definitely think that if you can get it anywhere under that 120 mark, you're going to be golden in the future. This set will recover after a reprint over time, just because of the fact that there are a lot of chase cards inside of the set. There's a lot of stuff available in this set that people want, and thus it's a great opportunity to get this and move in on it and get it when it drops to that point. But I would not be anywhere near looking at it now with what we're seeing. Just hold off. We've got some time. This is a brand new set. Just watch what happens to it and watch for that next reprint. If you want to get in it and jump in at that point, that would be the time to do it. So the next one I'm going to put up right now is going to be this one. That's right, the Vivid Voltage booster box. Once again, Vivid Voltage back on my list. I like Vivid Voltage, don't get me wrong. I'm not a huge fan of what's inside of the set completely, but that Rainbow Pikachu, guys, and if we go 10, 15 years in the future, this box is going to continue to be hot. People that have been in this and the boom and may come back to the hobby will want to chase that Pikachu, and you'll have this booster box. Your kids in the ages of 8 to 12 who are in this boom and remember that Rainbow Pikachu will be back for it then. There's some great opportunity into it, and once again, it's one of those sets. There isn't going to be a reprint of this, guys. It's done. We are over the reprint stages at this point. Moving into Scarlet and Violet, they're not going to go back and reprint Vivid Voltage at this point. What's out there is out there for these booster boxes. The ETB reprint really did knock down the pricing of this, and since then we've been seeing it slowly recover. We saw about a 5% decrease when those ETBs were released, and since then we've seen it kind of move back into that upward direction, which is fantastic news for anybody that's looking at purchasing Vivid Voltage. I feel that we've got now to a point right today, if you were to purchase it, I don't see this set dropping very far, maybe a couple points, but nothing crazy, and then it will recover right again. Once again, I think this box will plateau. Do I think it'll hit the 230 that we saw with the original release of this during the boom? No. I think we'll see it around that $200 mark as it gets further and further out of print, and as more and more people are continuing to open that for that Rainbow Pikachu. People really like that hunt. It's a fun hunt. It's really difficult to get. So people need to open multiple or a lot of booster boxes in order to be able to find that little guy inside of there. So once again, great opportunity, I think, right now to jump on it while it's at the price it is now, and then just kind of ride it out. And then once again, I think in the next year or two, we're going to see that plateau at 200. And then we'll have to just wait the long haul for 10 to 15 years to really see some substantial gains on this set as our kids come back in and get expendable money, and people start to look at these sets again as they get older and remember what happened then. So that's one of the things that we got to look at when it comes down to it on these sets. All right, and now we're going to go into a honorable mention. Now, an honorable mention on here is just one that I'm not really saying to buy and I'm not really saying to sell. But this is going to be one, and I know I've kind of hit this set a couple times, but I feel that there are a couple good chase cards inside here, especially with the alternate art fad that we're having right now, and people remembering this fad. I'm going to put up here right now this one. That's right. I know people are going to be a little bit confused. Why am I putting up Astral Radiance? Well, I think that Astral Radiance right now is at a really good price point. Do I see there being any major reprints of this set in the near future? No, but there is a good meta card inside of there with a Palkia deck. People are using the Palkia deck pretty consistently. At least I've seen it on my local LGSs. I've seen it on some other places of that deck currently being really good. But now that we're past tournament, you know, the actual Pokemon tournament, and things are going to slow down kind of in the meta, I don't know if this set will really pull up and actually do really well. We may see an reprint, and we may see pricing drop down to the point of where we saw with Chilling Reign and Battle Styles, where we see that sub 90 booster box for sale out there with people just trying to get rid of them, and LGS is trying to recoup that money back in them. But is there a chance of that happening? Of course, that's the risk of the game. But do I see this thing performing extremely well and gaining a ton of ground right now? No, I don't see that either. So once again, I think it's something that you could purchase, you could put away. It's probably not going to do very much at all right now, and we might see a year or two before we see any movement on this set whatsoever. So that's why I put it in my honorable mention. Just kind of one of them sets. I mean, if you want to jump in on it, I think there's some good chances it will move in the right direction. If you want to wait on it, I think there's plenty of time to wait on this set too also, and just kind of wait and see what happens with it. So with that being said, we're going to go into our last don't buy, which is going to be this. Right, it's Evolving Skies booster boxes. Now, I am not going to be purchasing it. I did a video where I asked if I should, and to be honest with you, I was just trying to get your guys' comments. I kind of want to know where the community stance was on that set. I'm personally not going to purchase it at $200. I like the set. I think that it's got some great potential. Do I think that we might be seeing some more of this product come out? I think that there's a pretty good chance that we will. Once again, this set just hit the 1 year mark here at the end of August when they did the small reprint. Maybe see another reprint come closer to the end of the year or right before Scarlet or Violet. I think so. Pokemon's not a fool. And if they're seeing potential sales of this to just fly out the door, that's great for them. That's great sales for them. And they will catch that and they will start to produce more of this set. So I think that there's some opportunity to wait on this set, potentially see a good reprint yet up ahead. Maybe towards Christmas time or right before Christmas, we might see another release of these booster boxes. And when that happens, of course, that would be probably the best time to jump in on those. Once again, I don't know if this set's going to drop much below 140, 130 at this point in time. I think this is one of those sets that is going to be hot and chased regardless of the size of the reprint. And I don't think people are going to give this product away unless they really need to recoup money. And if they do, it's going to be very, very small amount of people that will do so. So if you want to have this set, definitely have the funding available, ready for when a reprint does show up. You can get on it right then and there. Don't wait. Don't try and sit there and hope that it drops some more. When you see it drop down below that $140, $130 range, I would purchase at that point in time because I feel that this set will recover and go way up the other direction. I don't see anything in the next few sets coming up as of right now that's going to challenge that Moonbryon for being the top chase card of the current sets. So once again, this is a don't buy currently. I would wait for a reprint in the near future and then jump in on it at that point. But definitely a set that I would be watching and waiting and be ready for when it becomes available or when you want to purchase that set and that reprint happens. So definitely fun set, awesome chase, definitely some great investment potential. Just hold your horses and wait on that set currently, and you'll be fine in the near future here as the reprint comes through. Next one I'm going to put up, which is going to be our final buy. And before we go there, I want to say one thing. Please, guys, before you leave, hit that subscribe. We're definitely trying to push. I'm trying to get us up to that 2,500 subscribers, so make sure you hit that subscribe if you made it this far in the video. This is what my videos are. A lot of good information, some good food for thought. I like to have you guys use your brains and really think about things. So if you've got any comments down below for some videos that you want to see, please do so. I'm getting some people that want to do some revisits in some of the older videos, and I'm definitely be working on those. Also, be working on our end of the month here, Sword and Shield. Where are we at now with these new sets that have been released? So those will be coming up here in the next week. So without further ado, we're going to kick into the last booster box, which is going to be this one. That's right, I know some people are probably scratching their head. Chilling Reign, why did you go with Chilling Reign? Chilling Reign I know is a newer set, but I don't think that Pokemon is seeing any opportunity for a reprint in this. Number one, there's not much playability in it. Number two, there's a lot of products still out there. LGSs are still sitting on a lot of product, but we are seeing some upward movement on this set. We're sitting at about a $100 booster box, and about 6 months ago, we were talking about an $82 booster box. So it has moved up pretty nicely in the last 6 months. Now, do I think that that will continue? Yes, I think that this set has got a lot of sleeper stuff inside of it, especially people that will go back for those alternate arts. I think people got caught in, of course, Evolving Skies, Celebrations, Fusion Strikes, followed right by Brilliant Stars. So we had 3 really big sets right after the release of Chilling Reign, and Chilling Reign only had about a month and a half before Evolving Skies. So people kind of left that set behind. Even myself, I left it behind at the time period and went into Evolving Skies because Evolving Skies was actually the set that people wanted. I wanted the evolutions. So, of course, we kind of forgot about Chilling Reign, went into Evolving Skies, and then right month after that, we had Celebrations, followed by 2 months or 2.5 months after that, we ended up getting Brilliant Stars. So it was just a 1, 2, 3 punch, and Chilling Reign got forgotten. Now, there's some great alternate arts in there. There's that Moltres, that Zapdos, the Articuno alternate arts. There's also a bunch of the Galarian Rapidash I had in the other video. All the way through a whole bunch of different ones inside of there. The Calyrex alternate arts. I think the Shadow Rider Calyrex is a beautiful alternate art, along with that Ice Rider Calyrex. Granted, they were new characters in that set. They don't have a fan following, but guys, the alternate arts are fantastic in that set, and there are a lot of alternate arts in it. So once again, I think that that's a very forgotten, and as time moves on, would I put a lot of money into Chilling Reign? Yeah, I'd put quite a bit of money in Chilling Reign. I think that there's some great opportunities in that set to really be a futuristic set to gain and actually move forward. And I know a lot of other channels that do bring that up, that they would spend more money on Chilling Reign than they would on vintage stuff. And I'm just really iterating why I think that. It's because of those alternate arts. It's because that was forgotten. It was because there's a lot of opportunities in there, and because everybody forgot about that set. By the time people really start moving at it again to get those alternate arts and start filling their collections, and that gold Snorlax is in there too, it will be a little bit of time, and that means that Pokemon probably won't be doing very many reprints, if any reprints, on that set. They may surprise us with a small one right at the end of its 2-year lifespan, but until that happens, definitely going to be some different interesting gains on this set as we move forward. So one of them sets, I think that's a great opportunity still right now at $100 to purchase that. I don't think you can go wrong. The nice slow growth of this means that unless there's a fairly large reprint of this in the near future, we won't see very much retraction on that price, nor do I see there being a big reprint in the near future. They may just throw a little bit extra out there for the people who might want it at the end, but realistically, what's out there on the market may be all that's out there on this set. So once again, guys, hopefully this is some good information. Hopefully you agree with this list. Let me know down below in the comments. Do you think I should do more videos like this and give you more information like this? Or should I keep this part going too? Maybe bi-monthly or every quarter do a video where we talk about which booster boxes are the ones you should be buying right now. I love looking at this information. I love giving it to you. And this is currently what we're currently doing here at home. And I'm just giving it to you here on the channel so you know what I'm doing myself. So you may see some of this product show up. You may see it on the shelves behind me. It'll kind of move around until it goes into storage or I put it in a safe spot. But definitely good information. So with that being said, if you do like this kind of information, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe. Be sure you hit that like if you made it this far in the video. And as always, if you do like this kind of content, I'll put up these 2 videos up over here for you for your information afterwards. And we will see you next time here on Northwoods TCG.